Hey everyone, Anorganic Pixel here. Today I'm just making a quick video, doing some Medic live commentary here, or I'm sorry, Medic commentary videos. One thing I really liked about Team Fortress 2 is the kind of diversity with the classes itself. And honestly, it seems that I don't know what it is. People don't really play a lot of Medic. A lot of the Zoomers, in my opinion, the young kids, the young bucks, don't want to play Medic. But it's really crucial to play it, I think. And I always like to kind of make a rule for myself, a bit of Medic etiquette, if you will, that you need to, when you join into a server for the first time, you should probably play Medic first if there's not already two Medics. I find that a lot of people don't really play Medic and out of the bat, and then and they wonder why they lose. Reality is that you need a Medic on the team. You need at least one, or at the bare minimum two. Two is really great if you want to guarantee a win. If you really don't care, if you just want to get around there and have a fun time and lose and get your ass kicked, especially when the other team's running a Medic, it's pretty obvious that having a Medic on the team is a great way to win. And I think when you load into a server, you want to win first things first. So that's why we're here today, playing a little bit of Medic. I think Medic's also an interesting class because it's essentially TF2's way of stating if you've mastered the movement and the spatial awareness of Team Fortress 2. To be honest with you, though, the Medic gameplay you're seeing here isn't really what this video is about. I've just been in a bit of a rut in terms of the YouTube channel, and nothing too serious, nothing too crazy. I had a video that I was working on for a video game review for the game 13, and I got all this footage over the past week and stuff, and I had a small script written out, and I got everything together in Premiere yesterday to actually get it all in place, and I just couldn't do it. I just didn't have the urge or the fire in me to actually write out and edit this video and do all the voice recordings for the video. So that's kind of why I'm making this right now. This is just essentially a lot easier to do. Last time I made a Team Fortress 2 commentary was when I first kind of got into the whole YouTube channel thing. And even on that video, I kind of stated that my kind of inspirations, or my North Star, if you will, was, YouTubers like Star and Germa. We lost this round immediately. Awesome, by the way. I was the only Medic on my team. And I guess, I've been doing YouTube now for about 6 months, and it's been a lot of fun. And I don't want to get to a point, especially this early on, I don't want to get to a point where I'm uploading videos or I'm working on videos that I'm not passionate about or I'm not excited to do. So anyways, I think the point of this video is actually kind of talk a little bit about the YouTube stuff I made so far and talk a little bit more about my kind of direction with doing this stuff. I want to make videos, or I want to work on videos that I'm excited to do, and I hate to admit it, I know these don't get the views that potentially a review of mine might get, but I really just like these commentary videos, or these quick little fun, quirky videos about gameplay or about my thoughts and whatnot, and not really just a straight up review where I have to write a script. Writing a script and then also doing the voiceover for a script is so hard. It's so brutal. Frankly, the part I hate the most is the voiceover part. Doing that is so hard when you're reading off a script and you read what you write and you're like, oh my god, what was I thinking? What the hell am I trying to say here? I think I'm going to just kind of talk a bit more about last year and a little bit more about the past 6 months or whatever. I meant to do this actually at the beginning of January, but I'm doing it now. So real quick, I want to say my game of the year for 2024 was Balatro. I would have given it to Deadlock if it came out. Deadlock, honest to God, that game is like drugs. I cannot stop playing it. I have so much footage, and I always tell myself, oh, I'm going to play one more match, I'm going to record one more game to make this video, or I'm going to make a video about Deadlock, and people are going to want to watch it. I have a lot of footage, actually, of Deadlock, and I'm actually trying to maybe experiment a little bit further with how I do a video for Deadlock. The other videos I want to work on, actually, I do want to make a few sequels, believe it or not, to videos that I have worked on in the past. One of them being the X-Defiant video. I think the idea for that one, though, so I get the maximum amount of engagement and the maximum amount of people who want to watch it, I'm going to probably make that video and release it when the servers are shutting down. I'm assuming that's when people are going to, actually look up X-Defiant and maybe research more about that game. The other video, though, that I'm really proud of, frankly, is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one. That was my, I think, game of the year for 2023 when it came out, and I just like that game a lot. I just every time I play that game, it really does feel like I'm summoning the devil or I'm performing some horrifying seance. So I think a lot of my videos moving forward are going to be a lot of commentary videos, and I'm going to also kind of make more videos that are kind of goofy, similar to, you know, the Half-Life one that I made or the X-Defiant one. The reviews are fine and all. It's just, to be honest with you, to play through a game with the sole intention of just talking about reviewing it and talking about my thoughts on the video game itself, it's kind of, I feel like it's like redundant. There's already so many people that review video games and do it so much better than I do. They have so much more to say, or they have, you know, they essentially say things first. And I would like if this hobby of mine that of doing YouTube channels didn't become a chore. And currently doing the reviews feels like a bit of a chore. The Kerrigan review was a bit of a chore, and maybe it might just be how I'm doing the reviews, frankly. Maybe it's just how I'm actually getting that product out, or the work, the way I'm working to get that project out. I'm trying to see if I can think of like inspiration, essentially, for a type of way to do a review where it's my own. And that's kind of the big thing that I'm good at as of right now, why I'm doing commentary videos. Because I know for a fact with whatever I do with this commentary video, it's my own work, and it's truly original in my own sense. I feel like my reviews ultimately just kind of sound like a boilerplate, generic IGN intern when it comes to the actual review part of those videos. All right, enough about that. I think what I want to talk a bit more about right now, I want to have creative flexibility. I'm at a point in this like little hobby of mine of making a bunch of YouTube videos where I can make a bunch of mistakes and I can do things, you know, experimentally. I can, like, you know, make videos that I like, you know, right now. I'm not in a position where I have to like Markiplier it up and then, like, you know, play more Five Nights at Freddy's. I can just make videos that I like with video games that I really like. And I don't know, maybe someday I'll come back to doing reviews once I kind of figure out a better formula. Maybe I'll kind of reinvent the video geist that I'm working on. And yeah, we'll see. Enough about YouTube, though. Let's talk more about the gameplay itself. We lost the first game, and this is actually where I kind of bring things back a bit. One thing you might notice in this video is that I'm trying to actually talk a lot in the comms. I'll give a few points of advice for playing Medic. Number one, movement is super crucial. Number two, your communication is actually super crucial. It's you have to understand it can be somewhat challenging for players when they're Ubered or when they're being healed. If you know when you're going to Uber, I would always just say, hey, I'm going to Uber in 3, 2, 1. If you want to make things really transparent and simple for your teammates, and you know that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. However, what I found out though is that my microphone input volume was like scaled all the way down for some reason. So I was talking and no one could hear me. One other thing I want to get better at with these videos as well is not saying as much. Is like, it's so comforting to do when I'm recording these, but it's such a pain in the ass when I'm editing it. My job is to keep you alive and to stay alive, I think, as Medic. My job is to continuously pump heals into the team, and that's done through staying alive and keeping you alive as a teammate. And you can see that right here. I kind of back up a bit because I'm like half health. I've seen medics sometimes who are healing me, who are like half health, and I'm like, all right, I better charge in. I better get more in their face. Your job, I think the main priorities is number one, you stay alive. That's the most important. Number two, keeping your teammates alive, and then using those Ubers correctly. And I think using an Uber correctly just boils down to, you know, if you were using it to get a bunch of kills, or if you were using it to keep someone alive in a situation where they really should have died pretty quickly. Yeah, we kind of held this down and whatnot, and you know, as I've grown older, Medic is actually one of the few classes that I've grown to really enjoy more and more. As a kid, I don't know, it's just that like young zeitgeist, I guess, or that young mentality where you're always in like a kill state. But as I've grown older, playing Medic and kind of experiencing the je ne sais quoi, if you will, or the mise en scène of Medic gameplay is just so much fun. And yeah, we won it though. I apparently did not make the top 3. But you know, at the end of the day, I feel like a medic should always be, you know, commended. They're kind of keeping the team alive, they're keeping the game going. That's it. I think that's kind of my video here. Appreciate you guys watching.